Guys, this is sad. This goes to show you that I don't watch TV. And this is why. I was going to rest and come on later. And I was just strolling on TikTok. And I've seen where a 16-year-old girl 2 days ago killed, well, I can't say killed, unalived her mom in Galveston, Texas. I live in Houston. This is a shame. This is sad, guys. I keep telling you guys, last night I was channeling the Bible. People think this is a game. They think this is funny. I mean, this is mind boggling. These kids, these parents, people need God. I am not laughing. I am so serious. And this is what I tell you guys every day, what I see. I'm around young people all the time at work. They're so mean spirited and evil, and they don't know God. They not being steered the right way. I don't give a damn who get mad because it's the truth. That the parents act like the kids now. It's nobody teaching no one. Wait a minute, guys. I have some water. Nobody says please and thank you anymore. I seen a video with Deion Sanders. A couple of I think it was this morning. Wait a minute, guys. I have to charge my phone. And Deion Sanders was saying the same stuff I was saying. Basically, he was like, when he was growing up, it was unheard of to call a older person, "Hey Miss, hey Sharon," or "Hey Jack," or "Hey Mark." You know, these kids, these young adults, they don't reference you as yes ma'am, no ma'am. They don't. They do not. And no matter how much you tell them to do it, they won't do it. I'm serious. I do it all day long at work. And it's to a point to where I had told the person I work for, I had told them at one time, I'm not even talking to them if they don't address me correctly. And I meant that. I'm telling you guys, this world is sad. And what's really sad is not a whole lot of people like me that's saying anything about it. Because the older people are just as ignorant as the young people. No one wants to take their position and be their own age. And I think that's so sad. I used to play around when I was like in my 30s and early 40s. I say, well, I'm 25, but I was just joking. I didn't like mean that seriously in my head, like, oh, I'm, you know, when I was a mother of young kids, and well, I can't say when I was a mother because I'm still a mother, but when I had young kids in the home, I didn't play with them. And especially with the respect level. I remember when we first moved here, I lived in Crosby, Texas. And if anybody know anything about Houston, and my kids was so well mannered to the point to where people would turn around and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe your son just told me ma'am or thank you or held the door open for me." Guys, I'm telling you, it's sad. This baby unalived her mother. It's sad. That's why I don't watch the news. Evil is running rampant. Just like I just came on my channel and someone says, "Oh, you're ugly." Why would you even say that? I mean, I don't care, but I'm just like, people want to pick your flaws and try to hurt you with them. Okay, that's your opinion. I'm getting older. Okay, we're all going to get old. We all going to get ugly. I mean, okay, what you're trying to do with this information? I'm serious, guys. That really touched my heart, and I didn't even read the article. I don't even care to read the article. I don't even want to know why because it's just sad. It's really sad. This lady have lost her life by hands of her child. It's a lot of that going on. That's why when I tell you guys, when I cry, just like last night, I was crying and I was praying. I was channeling the Bible. When I channel the Bible, that's something serious. That's God trying to show you guys it's time out for the BS. This doesn't make. I mean, this is crazy. And when I told you guys, I think it was last week, I told you guys about toxicity. It's not funny to be around toxic people because this is the end game. You're eventually gonna unalive each other because if you're toxic, the other person toxic, and you guys go at it, what you think is gonna happen? That's why I was saying, if do you know you in a toxic relationship? The last couple of weeks, what have I been saying? What have I been telling you guys? If you in a toxic relationship, move around. That's not a good thing. That's not funny. That's not cute. It's my phone charging. You know, it's sad. I think my charger came out, guys. Wait a minute. But it's really sad because the mothers, I've seen the mothers. They want to dress like the kids, act like the kids. You're not their friend. You are their freaking parent. Guys, I hope my charger didn't stop. I'm gonna be screwed if it did. Oh my goodness, please let my charger work. Okay, there we go. Oh God, thank you, because I didn't feel like going to the store. But I'm telling you guys, it's sad out here in this world. It's really sad. And people think it's funny. They even come on my channel and say evil stuff and be evil. It's not funny. It's not funny to be evil. But that's the truth. Like, people don't want to be called grandma or grandpa. They don't want to be called those names anymore. And when you get to that level in your life, that's a blessing. That's a blessing to live long enough to teach somebody else. It's sad. It is sad. It is very sad. And you know, when I'm at work, I change the dynamic. I try to teach them at work because they're way young and they do not take heed to counsel. That's in the Bible. They do not take heed to counsel. They will look at you and look like you're talking a whole nother language when you're trying to teach them something, when you're trying to give them knowledge, the younger people. When I was coming up and we were moving around in the military, I thank God for all the older African American women that I would find at church or anywhere, in the grocery store, and they would just talk to me. And you know, that's where I really start really getting seasoned and becoming a woman, because they took me under their wing. Oh, you're by yourself. Oh, you come to my church and da-da-da. You have young kids. They believed in saving the young. It's not like that no more. It's not like that anymore. It is just, you guys can think I'm lame. I don't care, but it's sad. It is sad. People always talking about they want a man. They need to raise their kids. It's sad. But then I can't say that because I raised mine and look what happened. So, but I say this. Try and be the best parent that you can be. Because, guys, it's bad out here. I would not have a kid right now for nothing in this world. Because it's not the children. It's how they're being raised. It's a lot on how they're being raised. Now, I'm going to say that. And they just don't care anymore. They're not taking the kids to church. I remember church was the biggest thing in my home. My ex-husband didn't even want to go to church. but I was raised in church. So my mama believed in I think it was called BTU. What was that? Like Baptist training camp or something like that. My mom always had someone. My mom couldn't drive, but my mom would have my uncles or somebody from the church to always pick us up. As a young girl, I stayed in church. I always went to church. Every day we was going to church. To the point I was like, what is your problem? you know? But that's what my mom grounded us in God and education. They're not doing that anymore. And if we did something at church, we didn't even have to know the people. They would knock the hell out of us, and we better not go home and tell my mom that somebody hit us because it took a village to raise us. It's not like that anymore. And then when you get people like me that speak out on it, thank you guys for the love. When you get people like me that speak out on it, oh, she's lame, she's this, I don't care what you think. Okay? I was one of those mothers that was a great mother and still lost. Can you imagine if I was a bad parent? Guys, I'm telling you, I don't care what people say. It's a lot of things that I don't like what this new generation is doing. Like, I'm going to say this. I don't have anything against homosexuality. Nothing. I don't judge. But I believe in letting your kids pour their own situation. You know what I'm saying? You know how people say pour your own poison? I'm not telling you guys to go poison nobody. But nowadays, I'm going to tell you what I seen on the internet. I seen a man that was born a man that has a freaking BBL. And this man have kids, grandkids. This is not funny. And he's like, well, I'm going to be myself. Okay, I get that. But you a dad in the daytime and a woman at night? Guys, that's not funny. That's confusing the children. That's like Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm serious. Okay, I don't have anything against the LGBTQ or whatever. My daughter used to laugh at me because the way I said them acronyms. But we have to have decorum, guys. We have to do things decent and in order. What happened to that? I was telling my sissy, I said, this is crazy. If I'm a little kid, your forebrain does not come in until you like 25. You guys just look at what I'm saying. So that's your maturity level. You're not really a full grown man and a woman really until you like 25. What the heck are you thinking? Is my dad is a man in the daytime and a female at night? A hoochie ass female at night. I would be, guys. I will pack my bags and leave. I'm telling you guys the truth. That's horrible. That's confusion at its best. That's just one of the things that I see. That's just not of God. I'm sorry. You can get angry. It's not of God. Then when your kids go out here and do things like this, oh wow, why did they do that? Because you're raising them without God. It's okay to be who you are and live out loud, but come on now, it's too much. I'm sorry, it's too much for Shay Shay. I'm, I'm sorry. Hey, Alaskan, it's just some things are just too much for Shay Shay. I'm sorry. I'm so serious. I am so serious. And I'm going to tell you something. That's speaking on me as well. My daughter was bisexual. Okay? She did not hide it. She had a man in the house, and then she had a female too. I'm not embarrassed of that because I was like, are you serious right now? This is how we raising my grandkids? That's why a lot of things me and my daughter didn't get along about. Because I'm like, this is weird. Mom, you can't judge me. But you know what? And I'm going to say it from my mouth. I'm going to let you hear it from my mouth. God says when you don't do things the way the Bible intended, guess what? You don't live long. You can say I'm cruel. You can say what you want. But when you do not take heed to counsel, you figure it out. I am so serious. And that's coming from my mouth. And I had to go back and re-raise my grandbabies. The whole time I was going to Georgia constantly because I'm trying to show my grandbabies this is not the way. It's sad. You guys think I'm playing. When I tell people stuff and I tell you the truth, I don't discriminate against myself. And that's the reason why my daughter could not stand me. She loved me. She loved me dearly. But she thought, Mom, no, because I'm your mother. I'm not your friend. And I'm going to teach you the right way until God come for me. Because if you don't teach your kids the right way, you will be punished. Because you know better. It's not right. And then soon as somebody unalives somebody, okay? Like people in my family telling me, oh, Shay, why you not with your ex-husband? Why you don't go with him then? And let him kick your ass all night. Okay? And then to the point to what? To where he's going to unalive me? This is how crazy people are. Because they don't want to be embarrassed. No, let's say it. You're crazy. And I don't mean to curse, but I'm so passionate about that. I actually have family members. Shay, you need to go back home. What home? This is the first time I actually had a home. It's been living by myself in peace. A home is more than just a house standing on a foundation. Guys, it's sad. It is sad. It is absolutely disgusting how I feel like it is disgusting how people are raising people nowadays. And I don't care what you put in the comments because I am talking and I am telling you the right stuff. Some of these kids or some of these people that see my channel, that's the first time they even heard somebody speak on God. They text it to me because they're not being taught. That's why God is picking his flowers and saying, okay, Shay, I'm going to choose you to teach. It's crazy. I heard one girl say a couple of months ago, yeah, if my boyfriend, if he don't stop doing what he's doing, I'm going to go back to being with my girlfriend. I'm like, what? Guys, like I said, I'm not against the gay community. I'm speaking on what's right, what is decent and in order. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Because when you have kids involved, that shit is weird. Now, you can cut my channel off, you can do what you want to do, but I'm going to speak what's right. And I'm not going to be ashamed of speaking the word. Because if I'm ashamed here, God is going to be ashamed of me up there. That's wrong. I had to literally, I'm sorry guys, I had to go to the restroom. I had to literally tell my grandson. When my daughter passed away, that's something you guys don't know. I was fighting with CPS, everybody, to get my grandbabies because I was like, this is disgusting, and I reported everything. And her boyfriend got mad. And you know what? My grandbaby was so engulfed in sin to the point to where he was like, Nana, it's okay. I said, it's not okay. Yeah, yeah. And it was to the point to where his stepfather didn't want me to come see my grandbabies anymore because I was standing up for them, telling them this is wrong, this is not the way to go. Guys, I'm serious. I just, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. And again, I'm not bashing the LGBTQ community. And you know why? Do you want to know why? Because I have bisexual sons. Okay? When I speak from a place that I know. And you know what I tell my sons? You do not bring that around me. When you come around me, you be the man that I know you to be. I'm dead serious. You're not going to disrespect me like that. Because you're not going to make me believe something that I don't want to believe. One thing I don't like about this I'm out the closet crap is that they want you to be okay with whatever they choose. Okay, that's like, okay, I don't eat donuts, but I'm going to make you eat a donut because you should eat this donut now. Come on, mom, eat the donut. That's how, don't force anything on me. Do not force anything on me. And that's what I think is going on. It's not, people say, oh, you against it. No, you're not against it. But you have your rights just how they have their rights. Am I right or wrong? You know, I get very passionate when kids are involved. I'm serious. And that's why people say, Shay Shay, you're crazy. No, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not crazy. It's wrong. You know, what happened to back in the day when our parents was probably sleeping around, but we didn't even know it. We didn't have knowledge of that. They hid things from us. Why? Because they wanted us to choose whatever we wanted in life and not choose because that's what they're looking at and that's how they're being raised. Don't that make a lot of more sense to you? And that's where I get it from. My mom used to say, I wanted you guys to pour your own poison. Okay? Again, I'm not telling anybody to go poison somebody. That's just an analogy. But I'm serious, guys. It's the truth. You didn't even know if your mama had three men or whatever. You didn't know that. You didn't know if your mama had to go out there and sell something to get you some food. You didn't know none of that because we wasn't privy to that information. Because why would we need to know that? We were children, guys. If you don't have the right parental guidance and the right foundation, when you're young, you're screwed. My mother used to always say, Shay Shay, when I first had children, she'd say, Shay Shay, you raise that tree. She said, my mother used to tell me, you raise that tree how you want it to grow from the beginning. Because once you let that tree run wild, that tree is going to run rampant. You know what she was talking about? How you raise kids. And she was absolutely correct. My mother raised 8 girls by herself. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's sad. It is sad. It is freaking sad. But I'm not going to stay harping on the same subject. Hopefully, somebody's listening. I'm sorry, guys. My phone flipped over. Thank you, Alaskan. I'm doing fine. It just, I had got off live, and then when I heard that, it was disgusting to me. You know? It was very disgusting to me. And as soon as you speak on sensitive subjects like that, they want to say you bashing somebody. No. If you want to live a certain type of way, don't put kids in the mix. Then I'm shocked. I'm shocked the girl unalived her mom. Oh, I'm so shocked. Why are you so shocked? It is even videos where the lady is, people are saying that it didn't even look like, why would the little girl even do that? Because it looked like her and the mom was best friends. But see, listen to that statement. Her and the mom was best friends. I'm not friends with nobody. With my kids? No. There are boundaries. You are my child. Guys, that is something sad. Now, as my daughter, when she became a 30-something-year-old woman, it was a way that I could speak to her that I couldn't speak to her as a child, of course. But no, no. Most of these women, they telling their kids, let's say if they're in a marriage and they messing around with their husband, their children know about it. Their children are helping them do it. Guys, do you know to this day, my baby son, he tells me, Mom, you sure you don't have nobody? Do anybody come over here, Mom? I'm not kidding you. I have a friend, and you know what? I just look at him. I don't lie to him, but I just smile. Because that's none of your business. That's none of your business. Unless I'm about to get serious with somebody and I have to tell them, which really I don't feel like I have to tell you anything because you're a grown man. Nobody's going to come in here and have to raise you. I mean, I'm just telling you. But I don't have to answer to you. But I mean, but if I wanted, if I ever get someone that want to be in a committed relationship with me on a, not on a jokingly note, of course I would want them to meet my son. But I'm serious. Other than that, what are you telling your children your indiscretions for? That's weird. I wouldn't even know how to talk to my children like that. Because again, it's disgusting. Guys, you hear me say I'm Aquarius all the time. Aquarians, we're not, well, we have a little traditional things about us. You know what I'm saying? We rebels, true enough. But certain things, I wouldn't say you have to do things decent and in order. If not, we're like, you're going to turn us off. You're going to turn us off. And once you turn us off, it's no turning us back on. I'm serious. You think I'm playing? I'm telling you the truth. Once you turn me off, and I'm not talking about sexually. Once you do something that just turns me off, I don't even want to be bothered anymore. I'm telling you guys the truth. This is sad. Now, see, I'm talking on a positive level. I'm talking about God. I'm talking about how you raise kids. Look, my chat is not even flooded. But let me go say, oh, three people having sex together. Oh, they doing a threesome. I'm going to get a whole lot of people on my channel. It's sad. Pay attention. Like they say, pay attention to detail. Anything, negativity sells. That's just the truth. Lies sell. I'm done with my little rant. It's just disgusting. It's really disgusting. That's why I do not play when it comes to abuse, when it comes to toxicity, when it comes to anything violent, I do not play with. I take that very serious. Like these women that leave these men that's so-called abusing them, because 90 some of them women be lying though. I'm serious, some of them be lying, and you wonder if you getting so much abuse, why are you going to live back with this person? That's what people ask me. If you getting abused and you so afraid of this person, why you there? Because what I learned from being in a domestic violence shelter, I'm gonna tell you what I learned. I learned that 90% of the women will be unalived. That was mind-boggling to me, because 90% of the women go back. They don't try to educate themselves. They don't try to move forward to better themselves. They go back. That's sad. That is so sad. I thank God that the Holy Spirit really worked with me. I thank God that I had a good, strong black mother. Even though some things I don't agree with what she would say, I had a strong black mother. And I thank God because my wisdom kicked in, my self-respect kicked in, my integrity kicked in. I'm going to really pray for that little girl, because that was a demon spirit on that little girl. Who wakes up and thinks I'm going to unalive my mom? Guys, let me get off live, because you guys are, you guys, Alaskan, you the only one that's on here. I thought you was still asleep. Like my son, my baby son, he don't play like that. He's very serious. He's a very serious guy. He do not play. If you even say something out of line, he like, Mom. Yeah, you have to take this serious, Mom. And he's right. He's absolutely right. And we are all grown. What are people playing for? You're not a kid. You have to let people know that you're not going to play with them. Because when you play with people, this is what happened. I bet any kind of money that little girl showed signs of wanting to unalive her mom. It has to be something. Nobody just wakes up and think of that. But guys, you have a good night. If I come back on, I don't know if I'll come back on or not. But if I don't, you guys have a wonderful night.